Hi guys, it's Nicole. So I researched a lot before having my gastric bypass surgery. Like for months, all I did was search the internet for vlogs related to gastric bypass surgery and for YouTube videos, and I called up a few different doctors, talked to medical professionals I know, talked to as many people as I could find who personally have had the surgery. And so I thought going into this like I knew everything. And I'm also a nurse, so that also led to my know-it-allness attitude. But turns out something still really surprised me. So I'm going to share those with you. I'm going to share with you 15 things that still blindsided me and really surprised me about the surgery, both good and bad. I had my gastric bypass surgery just over a year ago. I'm down about 104 pounds. So one surprise was that I am cold all the time now. Like, I used to be one of those people that would look at my office mates in utter confusion when they would haul in, a space heater to keep their feet warm, or would bring in multiple blankets to the office space, or, people who would make comments that I kept my house at a balmy 68 degrees because that was still even too hot, and I'd have multiple fans going at night. And it seems like I was that way before I put on the weight too. I don't know. But nowadays, I am cold all the time. Like, this is a sweat, and I need to change soon because my arms are cold. The thermometer on my alarm clock says it's 66 degrees in here. My bedroom is in the basement, so it does stay a little cooler. But like, 66 degrees used to be heaven to me, and now I'm like, ooh, brr. I've definitely been wearing my winter coat already in the fall. We have had a few really cold days where everybody's been wearing a coat, but I got my coat out a lot sooner than most. I constantly wear socks now. I used to be, a barefooted wonder, but no, it's socks all the time. I have some really thick wool socks that I wear all the time. So that's definitely been a surprise. I will say I'm still very hot at night though. I still sweat at night. I've always been a sweaty sleeper. Too much information? Well, prepare yourself. There's a lot of TMI in this post. Another surprise is loose skin in really weird places. And I've talked about this in previous videos, but like, I noticed when I was putting on earrings, my earlobe has loose skin on it. And then my wrinkles are a lot more prominent because I don't know why I didn't expect to have loose skin in my face, but I do. And like this neck situation, I don't know, sometimes it's a little hard to get it to show on camera. There we go, see? Like I just didn't expect that. That really surprised me. That was like the first loose skin area I saw, and I was mortified. I've learned to love it more now. No, I don't love it, but I've learned to accept it more now. I knew that my hind end would have some loose skin, but I didn't anticipate that the loose skin would get caught and feel like I had a wedgie. So that's been surprising. And then my back, I have back rolls. I don't know why, I just assumed that I would have a nice smooth back once the weight was gone, but no, now the loose skin on my back hangs and I just have perma back rolls. All these things, they're coverable, they're fine, whatever, but still surprising. Like I expected the loose skin on my arms, on my thighs, on my belly, on my rear, but and there have been some surprises. Third thing that really surprised me was how tired I still am. I thought I would just have all this energy, but that's not the case. I am still exhausted all the time. I don't sleep enough. Cause and effect, right? Like, if you don't sleep enough, no matter what your weight, you're gonna be tired. So yeah, still really tired. But I will say the fourth surprise is how much more stamina I have. Like, I rarely ever take an elevator these days. 4 flights of stairs, that's fine. Before, 4 flights of stairs would have been like, do you want me to die? No. And I would have been seeking out the elevator. But now I don't even think about it. I just go up multiple flights of stairs. 7, 8 flights of stairs, I'm fine with. Started to get a little winded after 5 flights, I will say. But I can still do them. And it's just, like, I don't even think about it anymore. I just do it. Also, like walking. I used to really struggle to get It's kind of embarrassing. But I used to struggle to get 3,500 steps every day. Like that was what my goal was set at, because that was like what was achievable pretty much every day for me. But now, like, I routinely get at least 10,000 steps a day because I don't even think about walking. And I love parking my car really far away now and walking in to stores and whatnot. I don't know. I like to walk. Before it was like, I could walk, whatever. But now it's like I look forward to the walking. That's surprising in a good way. Fifth surprise, burping. So yeah, I burp a lot. Like when I'm eating and starting to get, not even when I'm full yet, just when I'm starting, like when my stomach my pouch begins to recognize that it's filling with food, I just start burping. And I will burp for like 2 hours afterwards. And they're frequent burps, like hiccups. I can't control them, like, just like hiccups you can't control. And they have definitely led to some embarrassment for me. But they're actually kind of helpful also to make me realize, because, I am still guilty of mindlessly eating. Like, I eat lunch while I'm working. I don't really have the option to just stop and eat. And so the burping does kind of serve to make me step back and think, oh, that's right, I am eating. I'm starting to get full. You need to pay attention. So there are some positives that come with the burping. There are some silver linings in those burps. Okay, ready for the TMI? Because surprise number 6 is bowel habits. So, okay, gather around. We're gonna get really personal. Before surgery, diarrhea was an issue for me. It was like my whole life. I was a multiple times a day kind of girl. I thought that would continue, and I actually thought it might increase because of dumping syndrome, or I expected diarrhea to just continue to be my constant companion. But that is not the case at all. Is it wrong to say that I would welcome diarrhea at this point? Like, I have the opposite problem. Constipation is now made its way into my life and is apparently here to stay no matter how much water I drink. I drink about 100 ounces of water a day. I do need to get more fiber in my diet, and I'm trying. I make a conscious effort, and I exercise for like an hour a day, hour and a half. Like, things should be moving, but they just don't move that well. I'm still, most of the time, there have been a couple of situations where things have gotten scary. And I've almost had to go to the emergency room. I don't want to get too much into, everything, but things resolved. Probably because I'm a nurse. But, yeah. Am I red? Like, I'm kind of embarrassed talking about this, which I shouldn't be. Everybody poops, or you should, right? When I was in nursing school, we had to come up with a little campaign, a health promotion campaign, and like make brochures and present them to people on the unit that we were on that semester. And mine was everyone poops, or at least they should. And I made a brochure with a talking banana on it. Anyway, I was proud of that. But it's true. Everybody should be pooping, so it shouldn't be that embarrassing to talk about because it's a shared experience. I'm sharing even more about my experience, but I don't know. It still is pretty embarrassing. Anyway, just be forewarned that either diarrhea or constipation could happen, and just, be ready to deal with either of those. Okay, so the 7th surprise, moving on from bowel issues, bending over. So bending over used to be really hard for me, and I was blaming a lot of it on age-related inflexibility. I had a really hard time clipping toenails. If I needed to tie my shoe, I'd have to find something that I could put my leg up on and kind of like weirdly maneuver to get to my shoelace. I also have bad hips, and so I kind of blamed it on that. But nowadays, like, my toenails need to be clipped. Cool, I just pull out my foot and clip my toenails. I need to tie my shoes. I'm on a walk and I need to tie my shoe. I just bend down, tie it, stand up, and continue on my way. Like, it's surprising how easy that is. It was my belly, guys. It wasn't inflexibility. It was the weight that was preventing me from doing this. It's nice to be able just to do those simple tasks that I thought were just gone because of how old I am. On the topic of feet is surprise number 8. Everybody told me everything that I read, things I saw, people are like, your feet are going to shrink, your feet are going to shrink. And I was like, yes, because I have abnormally large feet for my size. Like, I wear a size 7 and I'm only 5 feet tall. My mom is about the same height as me, maybe a little shorter, but she has cute little 5.5 feet. Nope, I have big clopper 7s. And so I was looking forward to being like, ooh, maybe I can get to a 6.5 or a 6. Nope, still solidly a 7. In fact, I have a pair of shoes I had to go up to a 7.5. That was an unpleasant surprise because I was fully expecting to be able to buy new shoes and cute smaller sizes. Kind of on the same topic, surprise number 9, I thought I would gain some height because I thought maybe the weight was like compressing my spinal discs and making me, just millimeters shorter. But everyone comments on how much shorter I look now that I've lost the weight. So again, I'm 5 feet tall. Okay, I like 4'11 3/4, but everybody says that I look so much shorter now. So that's weird. Surprise number 10 is body dysmorphia. Now, I did see a lot about this prior to surgery, and I did think that seems like a pitfall that I would, experience. But it's a weird body dysmorphia. Like, looking down, I'm like, my legs look kind of small today. And I'll stand in front of the mirror and I'll be like, yeah, I look thin. And then I see myself in a picture and I'm like, did I lose any weight? Now, I know in that picture, those pants are a size 2, but they look like my size 20 pants. Like, in pictures, I still look big to me. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, really weird dysmorphia. Surprise number 11, as I was losing the weight, I was surprised at how fast my clothing sizes were dropping and how little time I spent in a certain size. So I knew going into this not to buy a new wardrobe at every new size. I knew that. But what did I do? I bought a new wardrobe at basically every size. I had some clothes that I'd saved from when I was smaller before I put on the weight. They were all out of style, and I love going to thrift stores, so I did a lot of thrifting. But yeah, I got a lot of new clothes at each size, and then before I could really think about it too much, they were already baggy, and I had to find new clothes. I bought these size 10 pair of Athleta hiking pants, and I bought them at full price, so they were $100, but they were really cute, and I just really loved them. I wore them once. And then, well, actually, I did wear them twice, but the second time, they were so baggy that they looked ridiculous. And yeah, so I wore them once comfortably and proudly. And then, yeah, now hopefully somebody at the thrift store has found them and has fallen in love with them. I have been at my current size for about 3 months now, so hopefully, I think I'm where I'm going to be, hopefully. We'll see. Surprise number 12 was how dry my mouth has gotten. Even though I drink water all the time, my mouth just constantly feels swampy. Swamps aren't dry. Okay, it feels like a dry swamp. It just feels gross all the time. So I eat a lot of mints. These are the sugar-free Lifesaver ones. I love these Lifesaver ones and they're not sugar-free. They're kind of crumbly and you can chew them easily. These ones you can't chew as easily, which I guess is good because the point is I want a mint in my mouth. But anyway, they do smell good. But yeah, so mints are my new best friend. Surprise 13 is the difference in the different types of satiety that I get with different foods. So I've talked in other videos about how I'm really bad at making meals and I just grab whatever's convenient. Finger foods, I just snack all the time. Which is bad because those snacky foods just go down without a problem. I could eat 100 crackers and be just fine. And they just, I don't feel any restriction. I could eat candy. I don't get dumping syndrome, which sucks. And I could eat a lot of candy before I start to feel any restriction. But if I eat Like where I work part-time, like they feed us dinner and it's nice dinner. And so like they have cocktail shrimp and I love cocktail shrimp. And I'll eat 3 of those and feel like I need to throw up. Like it hurts really bad. Like I get way too full. Same thing if, when I make a pot roast, I can eat like 2 ounces of meat and then I am way too full. I can't eat anything else. So really I need to focus on eating meat first, just like the nutritionist always tells you. But for some reason it's still surprising to me. I just get so full with meat so fast, even if I chew the crap out of it. Like I chew and chew and chew, but still it's good at sticking in that pouch. It does not like to leave the pouch. So, yeah. I did hear a lot to eat protein first from the nutritionist, from everybody on the internet. But it wasn't until I actually had the surgery and actually even just recently that it's really hit me just how different, like what foods will give me the feeling of restriction and which ones don't. Which are slider foods and which aren't. And what slider food actually means. It means it just slides on down and you don't feel any restriction. So, yeah, shouldn't have surprised me, but it did. Surprise number 14. I still have an affinity for sweets. I love sweets. Loved them before, still love them. Immediately after surgery, like sugar, chocolate was just way too much. I mean, not even real sugar. Like the chocolate protein drinks were just too sweet for me. And I was kind of like, yes, I have lost my love for chocolate. That didn't last very long, maybe 2-3 months. Still love chocolate. Still love sweets. Still probably eat an entire pan of brownies. I'm not gonna let myself, but I probably still could. So I don't know. I think I expected the surgery to be more of a miracle than it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. This has been an amazing tool, but it didn't fix everything. And I shouldn't be surprised, but I was. And then surprise number 15 was just how defensive I am of old Nicole. So I do love when people comment on how good I'm looking, but there is a part of me that's like, it feels like a backhanded compliment to old me. Like an old me is just still in there. Like I'm still her, right? And so I just get really defensive. And I know I've offended some people who were being very nice and giving me compliments, and I kind of just bristle at it and get a little, I don't think I've been rude, but I just kind of brush off their compliments. And so I know I've offended some people, and if those people are watching, I really apologize. I do so much appreciate your support, and this is not something you can do alone. And I'm saying this to, everybody watching this video and who's commented, thank you so much. It's really surprising just how defensive I am of old me, who is still currently me, just smaller. Does that make sense? Yeah. So yeah, that was my list of 15 things that have surprised me in this year since having gastric bypass RNY surgery. Some good, some bad. But overall, nothing has made me regret this surgery. I'm still very grateful that I had it and just so excited for the future. I just really want to wish you all the best of luck for those of you who've either had the surgery or thinking about the surgery, considering the surgery. This is a really supportive community and I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.